My book is A Week of Mondays. It's a romance novel by Jessica Brody. It was published in 2016. It has about 464 pages. The conflict of the story is when the main character's boyfriend breaks up with her at the end of the night. So the main character is Ellie, or Ellison. And her boyfriend's name is Tristan. The other character in the book is Owen, her best friend. And so he's the antagonist because he's like the villain in her story, and she's the protagonist. So this book starts off, and it's this early morning. She wakes up, and she's going to school. She's gonna be late, or she is late, and she has to take pictures first period. It starts raining outside, so she gets out of the car, and the rain ruins her makeup and her hair. So her Monday is already off to a bad start. Then after that, she has to go do her speech to become the vice president of her school council. So as she's doing this, she starts messing up, and so they lose the election. So that's another thing that kind of was ruining her day. And she didn't really care because at the end of the day, she was going to the fair with her boyfriend Tristan. He's like the most popular guy in school. He's in a band. All the girls love him. And so she's like, oh, I'm lucky I'm the one that had him. They've been dating for like 6 months. That's the longest relationship he's ever had. So her dream has always been to go to the fair and kiss him at the top of the Ferris wheel. She was ready to do that Monday, and then he broke up with her. So she goes home absolutely crushed, and then as she's falling asleep, she whispers, I wish I could redo this day over again. So right when that moment happened, like, the book reminded me of the movie Groundhog Day. Like, this is a high school version of Groundhog Day. And that's one of the many reasons like I like this book. So she restarts the day over again. Like, at first she doesn't believe it. So she continues her day as if it was the Tuesday, and some of her classes had changed. So everyone's like, what are you talking about? It's Monday. So at the end of that day, she had wasted her second Monday. She wishes it over again, and then he still breaks up with her at the end of the night. So the next day is also that same Monday. So slowly as the Mondays go by, she changes herself, like her personality and her looks, just to try to keep a guy. That's one of the things I hated about the book, is that she lost herself in him. Like, she became a different person that she really didn't want to be around him. And she was so involved in that relationship that she couldn't do things with the people she really loves, like her best friend. And she couldn't go do things that she used to do before they were dating. So as that happens, it goes towards the end of the story, and she is talking to him. She decides, you know what, that's it. I'm done changing myself, because every time I change myself, it's not going anywhere. So she goes to school. She's completely herself. She takes wonderful school pictures because, I mean, she wasn't trying. It was just her. And then she did a wonderful speech, and they won the election. Everyone actually voted her president instead of vice president. Everyone chalked her name in the box. So as that happened, she was like, wow, this is really cool. And at the end of the night, she goes on the Ferris wheel with her boyfriend, and he said, I can actually see you for you. And she's like, wait, you're not breaking up with me? And so as that happens, she realizes, and this is the climax of the story, that he was not the one for her, that he now sees her for who she was when there was someone that was always by her side who saw her for what she was the entire time. And that was her best friend. So in the end of the story, the resolution is she ends up with her best friend.